Obviously, Pete's going to be, working exclusively with Rory on his game. I think there's a couple of areas of his game which, I'm sure he wants to kind of firm up a little bit. And obviously, he missed a couple of tee shots left, and from that point, he was trying to hit a bit of a hold up cut. But it's Rory. It doesn't take a lot for Rory to spark up pretty quickly, and I wasn't surprised with anything. I just felt that I'd done a pretty decent job of putting him under pressure. I made it difficult for him, but yeah.
You love match play. Do you remember the first time you played a match play tournament? How old you were?
Played against my brother all the time, and I hated losing.
Yeah, but you remember a tournament match play?
Not really. The Accenture match play, how about that?
Yeah. Do you prefer this over sudden death format, Ian? The old way?
I prefer the old way, to be honest.
Why?
Because it's really simple, and the simplicity of win your match or go home,
right,
I think is the right way to play. I think a couple of years ago I beat Kisner in my first match, and 2 days later we're heading off in a match play to play off to get out the group, and he beats me and goes on to win. Right. So I've just technically beaten the guy that wins the tournament. It's a bit annoying, to be honest with you. So this format gets a little funky when there's a couple of scenarios that can happen in these group matches, which if you're in a position where you can't advance, are you really trying really hard?
Right.
Not really sure.
Right. I know it's a lot involved with TV and keeping the best players around, but it's more thrilling matches, isn't it?
The sponsors pay big money, and the sponsors want, the players here for as many days as possible. So sure. They have the right to do that, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I think there's a number of players that would like it in back to the old way, where if you lose, you go home. And I'm sure there's a few guys that lose that first match and end up getting out of the group, come what Friday afternoon, and they're quite happy with it.
Yeah. And was your A game on today, or was it more your B game and Rory was scuffling?
I played well. And obviously, the scoreline's pretty flattering, to be honest with you. But I kept Rory under pressure, and I made it difficult for him. Yeah, he hit a couple of loose shots, but putting the ball in pretty tight and taking control of a match, I had to do that against Rory.
Ian, I know you missed a lot. We all missed a lot from last year. The Open Championship, probably the top of everyone's list. Was this when you missed quite a bit?
Yeah, I love the format. I mean, it's no secret to know that when I go out in match play, it really kind of keeps me turned on pretty quickly as soon as you tee off. And this is definitely one that I missed. It's good to get that kind of feeling going. It's not often you tee off on a first round and you kind of, the heart's fluttering already, and you kind of got you got good adrenaline, and you've got good excitement to go out and play.
I kind of want to follow up on what you just said, actually. The feeling, how is it different than stroke play? More adrenaline, but what about match play kind of gets you going?
It's great to feel the kind of excitement, pressure, and to get the ticker going. I mean, it's nice. I mean, when you've got no fans, and we haven't had fans. I mean, we've only just had guys back in. To tee off on a Thursday with no crowd. It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty boring, to be honest. So to get people back in and to get in this format, it's actually really nice, because you want to win your match, you want to move on from the group stages, and obviously it's a format where if you're playing great during this week, you advance, you got a great opportunity to have a great week.
Kind of a weird one for you, but obviously in stroke play you'd want to be as far as you can off the fairway. But in match play, is there some kind of paradoxical not advantage, but benefit to being the one who hits your approach shot first, in the sense of being able to pressure the other guy a little bit?
Yeah, I think at times there's definitely an opportunity to know that you're always going to be hitting your second shot in first, and it's a good way to put a bit more pressure on your opponent. If he's 10, 20, 30, 40 yards in front and you've hit it in there pretty tight, that was apparent today on a couple of short holes where he's hitting sand iron or lob wedge in, and to a soft green, it's hard to control the spin.
Right.
So by doing that, I think I had an advantage on a couple of holes once I've hit my second shot, and then he was questioning himself, how far's the ball going to spin, I made it pretty tricky. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, man.
Cheers, guys.